Hello, everybody. Welcome. Alright, let's go ahead and get in here. So I was just releasing a new episode of Baldur's Gate. I actually haven't played that in probably almost a month or so. It's a really good game. I just kind of got out of the habit of playing it. But I had a bunch of episodes saved up, so I'm just kind of catching up, and then I'll start playing it again. I did release the tier list today. For the upcoming patch, so be sure to check that out if you haven't already for 1320. It's kind of difficult to predict because, like, there's so many things changing. I mean, it's going to be even crazier during the preseason when they're getting rid of the mythics and changing around so many stats on items and things like that, but this is kind of just the quick version of it if you didn't check out the tier list. I think it'll probably shift towards enchanters, especially the lower the elo goes, but I think it's still hold on a second. I guess just Jarvan. Did Jarvan get nerfed? I don't think he did.
Who dares defy my will?
Hecarim's also a pretty good ban. I think just the fact that there'll be less jungler pressure if their changes work the way they're intending. There'll be less jungler pressure, and it'll be okay if you lose out on early objectives. So I feel like that favors things that scale better. Probably. And enchanters scale really well, but usually they perform very well in a tank meta. And if they're encouraging farming all the time in the jungle, then that could also favor carry junglers like Graves and those types of things. So and we'll see what they pick. This, it's not great. Okay, so that's going to be a Mumu support. Quite a bit of magic damage. I don't want to pick something like Senna, though. I guess it's just Rakan. Because we don't have any CC either, or Engage. Mumu's kind of squishy early. Like, he doesn't really have a lot of defense. Could also be Pantheon support. It's either Pantheon or a Mumu support. If it's Pantheon, double armor would be good. If it's a Mumu, I think it's more likely to be a Mumu support Pantheon jungle. But I'll just go double adaptive force because I'm not sure which one, and that will help me protect Brand a little bit more. Okay, well, glad they made us go through the whole thing and dodge at the end, so we just get to waste 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, we'll wait a second. And Jason is at the card shop today, so he won't be joining us this evening. I think there's literally no one in here watching right now, but for people that are watching the replay, I'll just keep talking as usual. So, yeah, I think it's So what I have here basically is I still think Rakan will be good, although if enchanters really do kind of take off, it's possible Rakan could drop down to A tier. Because he's not great into enchanters. Like, early on he can be, but they scale pretty hard. They outscale him pretty hard later on. He would much rather have an engage meta. Like, I think his matchups against things like Nautilus and Leona are better historically than his matchups against stuff like Lulu. At least I feel better in those matchups. If the games go long. I mean, you can kill them quite a bit. I mean, let me see what my win rates are. I mean, my freaking overall win rate is just so garbage so far. This split. First split, I got to Diamond again for the first time in years, but second split just hasn't happened. It's mine. That's for 1320. Yeah, I just released it today. And I was just kind of going over a couple of my thought process for some of it. Just want to see, like, what are my win rates? So, like, Lux has not been good. I'm really surprised I lose to Blitz that much on this split, and Leona. Well, like, I can dodge Blitz a lot of times, but if other people get hooked, Rakan really can't do a lot to help out. Beat Zerath. It feels like I beat Lux a lot, but maybe that's not true. I feel like I lose to Pipe more often than not. I'm really surprised about that Leona win rate, though, because I think historically I have a pretty good win rate against Leona. Usually Senna is a very hard matchup too, but I think I'm just like not playing super well overall. My deaths aren't that high. I've still got high KDA, unkillable laner, still good vision. Like, my pings are good. Vision score is great. Kill like 50% more wards than average Rakans. Have like 20% more vision. I mean, my vision score is higher than like master level players' vision score. So it's like, that's good. I'm just not converting. Like, all my individual sort of metrics, most of them look pretty good, or at least comparable to like past, you know, when I was Diamond. But I'm just not getting the W. So I've got to figure out kind of what's going on there. Why is Blitz so high? So, if there's shifting, now keep in mind this is a little bit speculative about the next patch, and I think the patch is going to shift a lot. So I think there's going to be a lot more enchanters, like the Sona and Soraka already have pretty high win rates, I think, in Janna. But they are making the jungle take a lot longer to clear for junglers. So they're trying to encourage them to stay in the jungle more and gank less early on. And that's what enchanters a lot of times are very weak to, is early game ganks, because they don't have a lot of mobility and they die really easily. And early game, like, team objectives aren't worth as much. They're like nerfing dragons, individual dragons pretty hard, and Rift Herald. And again, that's something that enchanters aren't as good as tanks at. Like, as soon as they pop 6, they're usually not as impactful as something like a Leona or Nautilus. What they are good at, though, is when they get to like 2 or 3 items scaling in team fights. Because they usually buff up other people quite a bit if you're thinking about like Yumi or Lulu. Or they just get really big shields to protect people. So enchanters are a lot of times kind of bad early and scale really well later. And so the fact that they're nerfing the early game ganks and they're nerfing the dragons, so you can just give up a dragon you know, if it's not a good timing window and it's not a big deal. Also, plates are worth a lot less. So, you know, if you're playing like Yumi or like Lulu and you have to face, you know, Xerath Jhin or something and you have to give up plates, then it's not like as big of a deal. So why does Blitzcrank fit into that? Well, he's really good against those champs. So he's very good against enchanters because usually they're immobile and they're gonna die if they get hooked a lot of times. And if you hook somebody else, usually the way they try to protect is with a big shield. They can't eat the hook themselves like an Alistar or a Leona maybe can late game. And Blitz is able to shatter the shield with his ult and do extra damage. Spear of Shojin on Taric. I can't say I've seen it, so I don't know for sure. I do think Taric could be a little underrated, but like my issue with Taric is that he doesn't have a lot of ways to force interaction. Like his stun is such a short range, and the enemy a lot of times can disengage off the ult. It just depends. Hey, thanks CP, I appreciate it. But I know that Brad was a big fan of Taric. I think he's like a pretty good peeler. It's just you need so many different stats on Taric. Like you need armor, you need health, and then like plus healing and shielding and AP you're pretty good on it too. And he just has to stay in combat and constantly auto attack in order to have like reasonable cooldowns on anything. So if you can do that, like if they have a lot of like tanky melees, I don't think Rel's getting a direct nerf, but I have her down. I have all the engaged champs just about down lower, with the exception of Nautilus and Blitz. Just because without junglers coming to gank, they're also buffing the ADC items, starting items. They're buffing all starting items, but they're giving ADCs like 20 extra HP. So I just think it's going to be a lot harder to convert kills really early on.
Let's dance.
With things like Alistar and Thresh. And the jungler's not going to be coming in to help as much. Presumably. I mean, maybe these changes don't change the meta. Maybe everybody still ganks all the time. But if you're not having junglers come in and it's harder to convert the individual kills, it's going to depend on matchups. But I just feel like if games go longer in general, a lot of the tanks are just going to fall off. Again, it sort of depends. If your team doesn't have any engage, then having engage is very good. So if you have a Graves jungle and like a Fiora top, yes, you might need to play something like a Leona, Rel, Alistar. But I feel like a lot of times these games are going to go 5 to 10 minutes longer, and that's going to give the enchanters time to complete their third item. And I think at that point in team fights, yeah, you can engage as Rel, but something like a Yumi, a Lulu, Janna, Soraka, all those things are just going to turn it around and make it really difficult to actually win the fights. What is their team? Oh, it's Samira, Rel. I guess this is fine. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Rel deserves to be higher. Like, I have Blitz higher because he can just pull those types of champs so far out of position and just one-shot them anyways, even through a shield. And he does enough damage to get through that 20 extra HP early. He usually overkills him. And then Nautilus, just because his CC, he has so much of it, and it's so guaranteed that you're going to hit the back line. But Nautilus's damage is pretty low. So I don't know. That might be too generous for him. Isn't Melio unplayable? I don't think he's unplayable. His win rate's not phenomenal right now, but he's getting like 5 buffs or something next patch. And again, I think it's a shift in the meta that's going to benefit him pretty heavily.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Nah, I don't know. Maybe his matchup into other enchanters is just too bad. Also, Swain has a brain. He's unstoppable. Swain can be good. Like most AP champs, he needs to get ahead early.
Minions have spawned.
So I don't know. Maybe Melio will still be bad, but I think if he's protecting something like a Jinx or some other, I think it's going to be a lot more hyper-scaling ADCs. Jinx in particular is getting 4 or 5 buffs. So you might see Jinx. Maybe stuff like Caitlyn. Just things that can pressure early. Maybe Jhin. Stuff that can just like push in. Because you're probably not going to be getting ganked as much. You would think that would favor also the AP supports like the Zyra, the Brand, Lux. But the plates themselves are not going to be worth as much. And I just think the game's going longer. It's going to favor enchanters more like later in the game. So again, I mean, obviously I could be wrong about these things, but I think it'll be a decently significant meta shift. And then we've got preseason coming up shortly, which will change a lot more too. That will probably also favor enchanters, I think, preseason. I mean, we'll have to see what the item shifts are. But right now, I think the itemization pretty heavily favors tanks until they make some adjustments early on. One-on-one. Okay. Moon sounds like not horrible, though. I don't know. The win rate is pretty high on things like Sona right now. They don't even get one plate. I think when you get a back advantage on somebody, or if you get a kill, I think it's pretty standard to usually get one plate. I mean, sometimes they'll just push it in and not get a plate, but it just depends on the timing and what's going on. Like how fast you need to be back, as far as like vision or protecting dragons or... We gotta keep an eye on Nunu here.
But it is less complicated.
Okay, wasn't she just top? Okay. Yeah, I guess we just let it push.
An enemy has been slain.
I love evil loves me.
Yeah, I should have used one of my stacks on that melee. Okay, Eve's top. I don't know if she needed to flash that. But, okay.
World's gonna burn.
I think next wave's cannon, right? Yeah. I'm not sure if my stack's gonna be back in time for that. Maybe. I think I'll be able to do it. Are they back?
Safety is boring, Miku. Let's start fighting.
See, like here we don't have time for a plate because the next wave's crashing and they got the first back.
Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
Yeah, I don't know. The health item's okay, but it just feels like Shirelia's. You just have so many more opportunities. More beautiful. Nice. Yeah, I mean, every time you go up, it's a little bit higher quality game on average. Even though we see some really goofy stuff that, and I say it's in bronze, it's like probably not actually in bronze.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, we got it.
An ally has been
I
slain.
don't apologize for doing my thing.
Might be worth, probably not. No, we're not gonna be able to crash it in time. Fuck, I didn't mean to.
Doing the right thing was
Yeah, I messed up that cannon. I didn't mean to take that melee, it just got lower than I thought. You need to come rolling out. Okay.
self-control.
An
It's
ally has been slain.
I choose fun. I dance to the beat. Darkness. Most good
Alright.
guys are just kidding. I am bad because I'm free, and I'm free because I'm bad.
Alright, just help him a little bit there with that push. Nice. Okay, Eve's top too. Nice.
Tearing up the gap.
I'm gonna get one plate here. We might be able to get 2 plates.
An ally has been slain.
I do what I want. No Star Guardian can say the same.
Alright, we're going to just go ahead and get Mercs.
Perfection doesn't exist. My hair. Ooh, anxiety.
Killing spree. Shut down.
Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, I think really it's very rarely viable for most supports. Like, you really don't want to be buying 3,000 gold items. I mean, like, obviously AP supports have to do it a lot of times, but, like, if you have cheaper options, if you can get the 2,300 gold items, you really want to do that on support most of the time. Maybe you can afford, like, a 2,700 gold mythic or something. Ash is freaking doing some damage, man.
Used to be a square. Then I am darkness. Woohoo!
Damn. I didn't even... God, that Nunu got there so fast. It's kind of crazy Eve was there, too. She should have body blocked my Q if she was really on it. We still went 1 for 1, though. Like, it's not horrible. Like, we're losing CS. It does suck that they also died on the other side of the map. Yeah, I think Locket probably is where you want to be on Tarek. Or maybe the... I don't know, the healing thing is okay too, but his ult is... pretty long cooldown. Damn, who's getting all these kills? Nunu? Ugh. At least he doesn't have a lot of farm, I guess.
Whoa! I saw stars for a second.
Yeah.
Some dark, very evil.
Damn. If it was just Eve, I think we could have gotten out. It was like the fact that it was Eve and Nunu, though.
I love evil loves me.
Turret plating will fall soon. An enemy has been slain. An enemy is godlike. Shut
World's
down.
gonna burn.
An ally has been slain.
Try to maybe scare her. That's actually really good wave positioning for us, though. It's pushing into us, so they're losing CS here.
Safety is boring.
What? Oh my god. See, I was trying to ping that dude doesn't have his teleport, but I guess that's not allowed. Who's getting these kills? Okay, at least Samir is not getting them. Here? Oh my god, he's coming. Damn it. If he wasn't pressuring that, I could have killed him. So annoying. They're gonna back there. Try to push him in. Can we get this? I think we get it.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Shit. on a second. I can't read quite all that yet.
I'm free and I am free because
Destroyed.
No, Frozen Heart's bad. It's a bait item. You want tier early, that helps, I think, with Sona, because you can just spam your abilities, but they're expensive. Even if you just never turn the tier into anything, I think that's still probably worth it on Sona. The Archangel does take longer, but, I think it's probably worth it to complete it at some point.
except for my hair.
I mean, maybe if you're against, like, all AD, but...
An ally has been slain.
Universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
They try to... Jesus Christ. Udyr seems pretty worthless. Rod, Udyr top.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Arrow him.
I am alive.
Enemy rampage. Shut down.
Used to be a square.
Enemy rampage.
Darkness.
Like... You just arrow him and sidestep the ball. I mean, yeah, if I'm close. Oh my god. I don't know if we can beat him, man. Like, this Udyr is just stone cold worthless right now. Or he's kind of big, but we're down so much.
Living the dream.
Double kill.
The dream of
An enemy has been slain.
Darius is just blasting. He's so far ahead right now.
Enemy double kill.
We did alright, too, bottom. We killed him once or twice.
life sucks without Zaya. But it is
We're
most
up
complicated.
CS, but this top's just a chasm, just a gaping chasm, a fail.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Mid also got worked pretty hard. It's just one of those games where like everyone on their team's better than everyone on our team, except for bot lane. It's like
So good.
we're just a little bit ahead.
A little bit of heaven before the hells.
And evil loves me.
It's kind of dangerous to try that. Oh god.
Good in car. Stars are just
Like-
sad, lonely light bulbs floating in space, evolving endlessly.
Oh shit. That's not good. Please tell me Udyr can like 1v1 Nunu.
World's gonna burn.
He has to be able to do that. Yeah.
An ally has been slain.
Okay.
You have been slain.
Did we kill? We didn't even kill the Eve right there. Is he can't even beat Nunu. Seriously? Alright.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. A summoner has disconnected. Defeat.
Okay. Like, I mean, tier Archangel is still like a pretty high win rate on her. Like, it's basically 2,700 gold because you get that tier early on, anyways. Obviously, hated tier many years ago when it was 800 gold, but for like 350, it's a really good value proposition on Sona. Who's like the biggest mana hog, I think, as support, like sort of mainstream support. So yeah, it's still the second item. And she has pretty good AP ratios too. So it is expensive. I mean, you can also, I don't know, you could go like Ardent or something, maybe, or Staff of Flowing Water, Redemption. But yeah, Archangel's still going to be your best bet. It takes a while, but it takes a while to stack that tier. So it's like by the time the tier is stacked, then it transforms into Seraphs. I'll put us back in queue. Which I think is pretty efficient. Yeah. It's like 133% efficient, not including Lifeline. And that's pretty big. Like, that's a pretty big protection shield. Right? So you're going to have like 2,000 mana by the time you complete that. So, you know, you're looking at a 650 shield. And you get ability power equal to 2.5, so you probably get an extra at least 25 to 40 or something. It's like 30 extra ability power. That's like 600 extra gold. So this item's probably easily worth like 170, 180%. Just baseline. I mean, a lot of the support items can be worth more, you know, if you get the aura on like 4 people with Ardent Sensor and they're all able to use it effectively, or you hit 5 people with every redemption or something, you know, those could still be really efficient too, but I still think Seraphs is probably really good on Sona Sagat. Although you're right, it does take a while for that to really, like, stick, but... Yo, what up, B-Rad? I don't know what Taric builds. I mean, that's like one of the problems with Taric too, is like there just aren't great items on it right now, I don't think. Like there are some, but it's like the items that are okay on him aren't like a lot of the primetime items. Like Frozen Heart obviously is something historically that Taric really loves, and it has been buffed several times, but Locket's like okay. I guess we'll just Rakan again.
Let's dance.
I'm not sure what more we could have done that last game. I guess telling everybody to back off that dragon. Really, I think it was only Jarvan that died, right? No, they got the Ashe too. When Darius rotated down and Udyr stayed top, we should just get in that drag. I got out of most of the ganks bottom. I think. I'm trying to think of when did I die? I mean, we pulled the Drake. That wasn't the issue. The issue was it was a 5v4. They had their top laner, and our top laner was top with no teleport. And we were behind too. That Darius had 3 or 4 kills. I guess I'll go double armor here, since it's double AD bottom. I don't know. The adaptive force is good though. Maybe I stick with adaptive force because it's not an all-in lane like a Pyke or something. AP, make it possibly easier to kill them. And you get a little bit more healing. A little bit more passive shield, and if your Q hits, you get more healing for yourself and your ADC. Soul Elder. Maybe. I mean, it depends. I think it can be worth dying for like 3rd Drake. This depends on what else is going to happen because you died. And like, how sure are you that you're going to get it, you know? That's the problem, is sometimes people go in there and, you know, they're going to have like 50-50 or worse chance of getting the Drake. And a lot of times they just die without getting the Drake. But if it's like you stay in there till the last second to get the Drake and you know you're going to die or something, then maybe that's worth it sometimes. But, well, 50-50 sounds bad. I know a lot of analysts hate on people flipping Baron, but there was some pro player that was talking about it. I don't remember if it was, it might have been Double Lift, who was saying, you know, if you're really far behind or you know, that's the best play you can find is 50-50, then sometimes that's what you have to take. If you're just not going to be able to get a better play. And you've got to stop it, you know. Like, you feel like you have to try to stop them from stacking Drake, or definitely, you know, if they're going to get Soul or Baron. But sometimes 50-50 is the best you can get. Not always. But, you know, he was saying that you know, sometimes people immediately say, oh, these guys are idiots because they're flipping Baron, and it's like, well, we can't beat them in a standard team fight at this point in the game anyways, so we've got to try something, and this is like, either we flip it right now, or we just give them Baron and then fight a team fight later that we're not going to be able to win anyways. So it just kind of depends on the game state and what your other options are. But yeah, people probably do take too many flips without properly boxing the enemy jungler or making sure you have an appropriate advantage, like somebody's dead before you try Baron. But I think sometimes some analysts, kind of like Double have said, are too quick to just say that it's bad macro to take a 50-50 in every game state. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you'd rather have 100, but sometimes you're not going to be able to get it, right? If you just can't ever kill them, and you're trying to just go for a sneak or something, or like a very narrow timing window. But yeah, I mean, obviously you'd want to take the highest percentage play you can get. Where's their E?
Good. I feel good. Let's kick some ass.
If I was Yi, I'd be trying to avoid Jarvan right now. So I would probably be trying to go bottom, but so many Yis or people just start bot side anyways.
They're gonna try and test me.
An enemy has been slain.
I don't do safe.
That bone shield, I think maybe saved him, I'm not sure. Okay, he's top. Pretty sure sent it back.
Watch him burn it again.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay, I'm gonna just cover for him here. And just do the best that I can to farm.
It's a revolution. And it's a good time.
Just trying to get this XP so it's not lost. Much as I can. I don't really have a great buy to back anyways. Like, I think the XP is probably more valuable.
Slain. An ally has been slain.
Zaya! Hey! Yeah, where is she? I hate it when she leaves. If it don't get out of control, it ain't a party.
We can stop Ezreal from getting his tier for a little while. Like, that's good if we can hold him in lane. He's almost out of mana. He probably wants to back.
I dance because I'm free.
Oh shit, I didn't even see the Jarvan there, honestly. Guess he came out of the brush.
An enemy
Gotta
has been
keep an eye on
slain.
that mini-map more. That's probably the first thing that gets rusty, in my experience.
Rampage.
Okay, I was hoping Ezreal would try to go for that.
When I get sad, if I stop being sad and be awesome instead, it's still fun. I think Zaya told me to improvise.
Nerfing Bel'Veth. Oh yeah, Bel'Veth, her little passive thing is pretty obnoxious. I guess we'll just get Ionians here. Might be greedy, but
There's wildness in the bees.
they don't have that much CC, and they don't have that much magic damage. Like, they kind of do, Kale and LeBlanc at a certain point, but having the extra flashes, ignites, and ultimates, pretty good. And just the extra 150 gold in your pocket.
I do not wish to kill the mortals.
An enemy has been slain.
How did he hit 6 already? I guess because she backed early.
Okay, Rakan. Get him watching. Burn him.
You will learn what beauty truly is.
don't know, maybe. The Senna just wastes that W quite a bit on the wave.
They want us in cadence.
Where he is. Okay, he's top.
Breathe in the atmosphere.
It's so hard to kill them right there.
Killing spree. Shut down.
They're
Double
scared
kill.
of the dark. Oh, see? Dark. I feel like my allies
That was
aren't
awkward.
recognizing how amazing my cloak is. I mean, serious. Rude.
I don't know if Jarvan's gonna come down here or not.
They will remember my name.
An ally has been slain.
Through my work.
When you open your
I think Senna flash.
you see everything limitless. You're only given a little spark of madness. You must.
Senna following. Did you see the Senna following the jungler and getting stack strat? No. I think that probably won't be as good next patch. If it's good right now, I'm not sure if it is. Like, that's cool that you get stacks, but you're also losing XP. I mean, if they time it at higher elos where they clear the golems, like, while you're, you know, on your way back or something to lane, I could see that, but... Or, like, while you're trying to roam with them and make a gank timing, maybe. But just, like, doing it consistently...
I don't want a war.
Seems like you just lose out on too much XP.
Unstoppable.
Oh, shit.
Our kind will see the truth soon.
Nah, let's get out of here. Something bad's gonna happen.
I got freedom. I got a lady. I got a cause I die for. That's who I am.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I dance because I'm free.
Bro, get the... Like, did he not see them all there? Oh my god, I can't hit it.
Magic.
Turret plate will fall soon. Enemy
Please tell me he dies. Oh my god, how did he not die? Wow. Damn, we were really far ahead. And that was such a good turnaround that I did on the cannon 2 earlier. But I should have just let they die there.
Shut down.
And Kale's just like sitting up there farming too, not doing anything.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I can't wait to see what I'm
An enemy has been slain.
I don't want a world to sink.
That guy misses a lot of smites. Or at least like the 2 or 3 that I've seen so far have been misses.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Okay.
I dance
Is this
so
guy
hard.
just like soft inting or I don't know.
Everyone is watching. One, two, three, four. 2, 2, 3, 4.
Danger is as fun
I don't know if I can get him out.
Ally has
No,
been slain.
it's gone. We're trying, man, but it's like, it's a thing. Like, look at your map. Oh, he's talking to Trent.
That's why it's the truth.
Has been slain.
All right.
You will learn
Shut down.
Alright.
Shut down.
What? Oh.
Humans think that to believe in something you
Uh,
have to be serious.
I can't clear that control ward, I'm pretty sure. How big is Trendomir? His farm's pretty low, honestly.
you.
Well, it's not really a hack, like, Herald should be similar to Dragon. Herald just gives you more, like, lane advantage, and Dragon gives you, like, the stacking advantage. Can we kill her right here?
This looks like another dangerous situation.
at least we got that. Who got all those kills? It feels like we're behind. Like, we're ahead, but it feels like we're behind. It's because Tryndamere has 8 of the kills. And he's, like, not in these fights. Which is fine. We just have to manage him better, but gotta keep in mind, we're, like, not as far ahead as it might seem. I mean, Master Yi will still kill you if he gets that Gensu warmed up.
An ally has been slain.
Really?
An ally has been slain.
What the fuck?
Totally forgot my
Enemy is unstoppable.
God, bro. Okay, I'm not banning J4 anymore. I don't know. Like, it seems like it should be good, but every time I have a J4 on my team, they just feel fucking worthless.
Talk about their treaties. We talk about their lies.
I gotta try to get it. Ezreal's not scripting. He's messing up a lot in the laning phase. He's just getting cleanups off of this Yi.
Ha! I'm G to the D. Gold and diamonds, boy. Woo!
Kayle is somehow up in levels and farm despite being 1 and 9 and Tryndamere having 8 kills.
The humans call it battle. It's just a dance.
I mean, they're the same in items. Like, at the end of the day, the deaths don't really matter. Like, kills and deaths don't matter. It's like, what items do you have for this fight? And just understanding the matchup.
I've been kicked around since I was born. It's alright. It's okay. Staying alive.
Like, she doesn't have a lot of items, but Kennen doesn't either. And Kennen's down a level.
I'm just trying to move them.
Jin's not here. What? The... God damn it.
Ace.
Yeah, Jin went the wrong way. And then Jarvan went in. You did, Tryndamere. They caught you, buddy. I mean, we could have picked him off there, but... No, you weren't out, dude.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Man. We're gonna get outscaled again. I just gotta mute all. There's no point, like... I don't know why I'm even... There's no point in ever typing anything. Nobody ever learns. I did see it, like... It's maybe 1 out of 1,000 people or something. Maybe not that high, but like 1 out of 100 will say, you know what? I was wrong about that. You're right.
If Zaya says someone has to die,
I'll do better next time, you know? It's like, how often do you see that in chat? It's almost never. It's just people constantly trying to defend the decisions that they made. And that's just like on the cordial side, right? The other side is like you trigger somebody and they just like start inting.
look right,
There's just like no
moves right.
like point in
Time to show
typing.
it.
It's like no one's ever gonna learn. Nice, Kale's more useful than the Tryndamere. Can we kill this dude?
Has been destroyed.
Guess not. Alright, can we kill this guy?
Never seen moves like mine.
Didn't have ult?
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down. Enemy rampage.
Humans will never understand our kind
Your
until
inhibitor has been destroyed. Allies have been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
move, dance and dance.
It's not a boost, man. Like, no one's playing, like, well enough for this to be a boost. We're just making mistakes.
My cloak right? Yes,
I don't
it
think a
is.
Chinese Kale is gonna be, like, this Master Yi is not, like, that great. I mean, he's fine for this Elo bracket, but he's not, like, a challenger. People are just inconsistent at most Elos. Like, sometimes people have really good games or bad games. No one on our team's having a particularly horrible game. It's just a few very, like, important fights we just haven't done well in.
Enemy
Fuck, really? If anything, I think their, like, best actual player is probably Ezreal so far.
enemy is unstoppable. Enemy double.
But we just kind of got outscaled.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Tryndamere just had a huge lead and didn't really do a lot with it. They got a shutdown on him bottom. We had no pressure. And, like, it was really that Baron play. It was, like, the super important play that we messed up on. If Jhin would have gone with us, we maybe could have... We could have killed the E before the Kayle ult got down, I think. But Jhin wasn't there, so it was a 4v5, and we had the vision advantage on them in the jungle. Like, I think maybe we could have done it, but, like, Jhin wasn't there, so we shouldn't do it. You know, because he's obviously not there. I don't think Ezreal's scripting. He just... Like, he messed up a lot early, like, E forward. But, you know, they just did a lot better in the mid game with team fights, which is weird because, like, we have the cannon and Jarvan. Like, we should have been able to kill him, but they just played better down the stretch. Like, Kayle got back in. I mean, she had more levels and more farm than the Tryndamere, even though he had, you know, a 7-kill advantage at one point. Hey, Gordon. Nah, I really don't, man. Not this day and age. Unfortunately, I'll do it with Jason sometimes, or like some old school people, but I don't like to do it because I can't do it with everybody, but also it's just kind of like awkward if it doesn't work out. So that's why I just usually don't do it. But anyways, okay, well that's got to be it for me tonight. As always, I appreciate everybody coming out. I just have to get up and do some more conferences. Jason will probably be back tomorrow. We might be able to get started a little bit earlier. Maybe I can play 3 games. But, rough night in the office. I guess the games were kind of close-ish. I think we were actually ahead in both of them. And then we just lost. But we'll get back in here tomorrow. So, be sure to check out the support tier list if you're interested in that. I just released that today, and I'll see if I can do some more tier lists, maybe jungle and ADC over the next few days. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Thanks, have a good day, and we'll see everybody next time.